What if you could wake up tomorrow and, for the first time in your life, throw away everything you've been taught about how to live? What if the rules of success, morality, and happiness, those invisible forces that guide your decisions and shape your identity, were no longer binding? What if, instead of trying to meet the expectations of others or conforming to society's definition of a good life, you could start from scratch, create your own values, and live according to your own sense of purpose? For many, this idea feels both exhilarating and terrifying. The notion of throwing off the chains of tradition, expectation, and conformity can be unsettling. But it is also the most liberating act of self-empowerment we can undertake. This is the essence of Nietzschean affirmation, the idea that we should embrace life in all its chaos and complexity, and through that embrace, we can create something profoundly unique and true to ourselves. In a world that often pressures us to follow predetermined paths, Nietzsche invites us to forge our own. He challenges us to break free from the scripts handed to us by society, family, and culture, and to boldly affirm our own existence, our own values, and our own goals. This process of self-creation is not about rejecting life's struggles, but rather about using those struggles as raw material to craft a life that is authentically yours. One that is meaningful, purposeful, and alive with possibility. Today, we'll explore how Nietzsche's philosophy can guide us to create our own values, shape our own goals, and live more fully, true to who we really are. Let's dive into the power of Nietzschean affirmation and how it can transform your life from the inside out. In this video, we're going to dive deep into Nietzschean affirmation, explore what it means to create your own values, and discuss how you can start shaping a life that's genuinely yours, a life that is rich with meaning, authenticity, and purpose. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey, a space where we explore the art of living authentically, breaking free from societal molds, and creating a life that resonates with our truest selves. Whether you're new to Nietzsche's philosophy or have already encountered his ideas, this channel is all about finding the courage to craft your own unique path in life. Together, we'll explore how to unlock your potential, embrace the struggles that come with self-creation, and harness the power of your individuality. So, if you're ready to take a deeper dive into the realm of self-empowerment, personal growth, and existential exploration, you've come to the right place. In this video, we'll be talking about how to affirm yourself in a world that often tries to tell you who you should be, and how to use that affirmation as a springboard for creating your own values and goals. By the end of this journey, you'll have a clearer sense of how to live in alignment with your truest self, not just as an echo of society's expectations. Nietzsche's challenge: become who you are. Friedrich Nietzsche is often misunderstood as a nihilist, someone who believed that life is ultimately meaningless. However, a closer look at his work reveals a far more empowering message. Nietzsche did not deny the chaos and suffering that are inherent in human existence. Instead, he proposed that we face this chaos head-on, not with resignation, but with the courage to forge meaning from it. His famous proclamation, "Become who you are," is not a passive statement. It's a call to action. It's an invitation to actively shape your life and your identity according to your own deepest impulses and desires, rather than simply adhering to the roles that society, family, or tradition dictate. This concept of self-creation can be a radical shift in perspective. It means rejecting the easy path of conformity and embracing the discomfort of questioning everything, from the values that guide us to the very goals we strive toward. Nietzsche challenged us to ask, what do I truly value? What I want to accomplish? And perhaps most importantly, who do I want to be in this world? For Nietzsche, this self-affirmation is an act of strength, not weakness. It's about embracing the challenges of life, the inevitable suffering and hardship as a part of our existence, and using them as fuel for transformation. Nietzsche didn't view suffering as something to be avoided or denied. Rather, he saw it as a necessary condition for growth. The more we are tested, the more we discover about our own capabilities. The key, then, is to not only survive life's difficulties, but to affirm them as essential parts of the process of becoming. The role of values in Nietzschean affirmation. So how does Nietzschean affirmation actually work in practice? How do you create your own values in a world that often seems to be determined by the values of others? Nietzsche argued that traditional values, those handed down by religion, family, or society, are often limiting, stifling the human spirit and its potential for greatness. He described these values as slave morality, values that keep people docile and obedient, focusing on humility, conformity, and self-sacrifice. In contrast, Nietzsche encouraged the development of a master morality, which is rooted in creativity, power, and individual will. Master morality is about acting in alignment with one's own instincts and desires, rather than adhering to externally imposed standards. It celebrates strength, ambition, and the pursuit of personal excellence. Creating your own values means deciding what is truly important to you, independent of societal pressures or historical norms. But this is not an easy task. It requires a deep level of introspection and a willingness to let go of inherited beliefs and values. It requires the courage to step into the unknown, to question what you've always been told is right or wrong, and to construct a moral framework that is uniquely yours. In other words, Nietzschean affirmation involves a creative act. Just as an artist shapes their canvas, so too must we shape our lives and our values. One of the keys to creating your own values is to understand your own desires, motivations, and impulses. Nietzsche believed that we should not repress these forces, but rather express and cultivate them. Instead of trying to fit into the molds that society provides, we should aim to align our actions with our truest self. This doesn't mean rejecting morality altogether, but it does mean creating a moral code that reflects your own authentic will to power, rather than the will of others. Affirming life. Embrace your strengths and struggles. Nietzsche's philosophy of affirmation is not about avoiding struggle. It's about embracing it. Life, as we know, is filled with challenges, uncertainties, and moments of pain. But Nietzsche's view is that these experiences are not something to be feared or resented. Instead, we should view them as opportunities for growth, self-discovery, and strength. In his famous concept of the Übermensch or Overman, Nietzsche imagines a higher form of human being, someone who transcends the limits of conventional morality and lives in complete alignment with their own values and desires. The Übermensch is not bound by the expectations of society, but instead creates their own path, affirming life in all its complexity, chaos, and beauty. This idea can be liberating. It frees us from the burden of comparing ourselves to others or measuring our success by external standards. Instead, it encourages us to embrace our unique strengths, to use our struggles as stepping stones, and to affirm the fullness of life, including its imperfections. A crucial part of this process is the willingness to accept failure as a part of growth. In the context of Nietzschean affirmation, failure is not an indication of inadequacy. Rather, it is an opportunity for reinvention and improvement. Every setback, every mistake, is a chance to learn and evolve, refining our values and goals as we move forward. Creating your own goals. Once you have taken the steps to define your values and affirm your life, the next natural step is to create your own goals. Nietzsche's idea of the will to power is central here. This concept suggests that life is an ongoing process of striving, becoming, and creating. Your goals should not be merely reactive, based on the demands of others or the expectations of society, but proactive, based on your own desires, your own vision of the life you wish to create. Start by asking yourself, what do I truly want to achieve? What kind of person do I want to become? These questions are not meant to be answered with superficial goals like get rich or become famous. They should challenge you to think more deeply about your authentic desires. The more specific and personal your goals are, the more empowering they become. Perhaps your goal is to develop your artistic talents, to pursue intellectual growth, or to live a life of adventure and exploration. Whatever it is, your goals should be an expression of your values, driven by your internal desires, rather than the external pressures of success or approval. Nietzsche's challenge is to create goals that reflect your deepest truths and then pursue them with passion and perseverance. In conclusion, Nietzschean affirmation is not just about challenging the world around you. It's about challenging yourself. It's about rejecting the limits imposed by society, tradition, and even your own fears, and stepping into the unknown with the courage to create your own values and goals. It's about embracing life in all its chaos and beauty, and affirming it as your own. If you found this exploration of Nietzsche's philosophy inspiring, I invite you to join us here at the Unfolding Journey as we continue to dive deep into these transformative ideas. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated with new videos that will help you unlock your full potential, live authentically, and create a life that is uniquely yours. Remember, life is not something to be endured. It's something to be embraced, created, and celebrated. Each of us has the power to forge our own destiny, to define what success means on our own terms, and to create a life that reflects our innermost values. So, let's take the challenge seriously. Let's affirm life as Nietzsche encouraged us to do, with all its complexity and uncertainty, and use it as fuel to create something magnificent. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share with others who might be on a similar journey of self-discovery. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Nietzsche's philosophy and how you're planning to create your own values and goals. What do you think is the most important step in affirming your own life? Drop your comments below. I'll be reading them and engaging with you. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey for more videos on personal growth, philosophy, and how to live a life of purpose and authenticity. We have much more to explore together. Until next time, remember, the power to shape your life is within you. Embrace it, create with it, and live boldly.